Hello, Delmarva. I'm Sheriff Lewis in the Wycomico County Sheriff's Office here at WBOC's historic Studio D. Delmarva Life starts right now.
We got the sheriff in with us today.
I know. We got the sheriff. He's going to be talking to us a little bit later about some scams to look out for. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Wednesday, January 25th. I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hoppa. We are in historic Studio D with Delmarva Life. We want to say welcome to our studio audience. Great to have you guys here. Thank you.
We have them visiting us from the Ward Museum in Salisbury.
Yeah.
Very nice to have them with us
Glad
today.
to have you here. And it's probably a good thing that I went to get tires yesterday, not knowing that Sheriff Michael Lewis was going to be here. I went to get tires on Carol's car. She said, I think I got a bald one. So, okay, well, I'm thinking go ahead and buy two.
Right.
And, you know, get the other two later. And go to these guys, and they pulled them off and came and got me and said, I'm sorry, we can't do anything with your tires. What?
What?
And this, I'm just saying this for you guys to check your tires because this really stunned me. They pulled off the front tires and we're going to put them in the back.
Right.
But apparently the alignment was so bad, I guess it was the toe or camber or something was off, while the outside part of the tire, which you could see, looked good. The inside was down to the steel.
Oh my goodness.
So I had to do four tires on her car. So I'm just saying this, you know, if when you take a look at your tires, make sure you look all the way across the tread.
You're not getting a kickback from the tire company.
Not a lick, trust me. And that was $600.
$600. Oh, ouch.
So much for paying for the Christmas gifts.
Oh my goodness. Well, some Delmarva guy from Rehoboth, he works for the U.S. Postal Service, got a cash prize of $500. I doubt he's going to give it to you for your tires.
Darn.
Topping our hot topics today, letter carrier from Rehoboth Beach was honored yesterday. His name is Jay Stevenson.
Right.
It was back in December. There he is. He's celebrating 30 years delivering the mail. It was back in December that he noticed the mail piling up at one house with the front door open. With permission from the postmaster, Stevenson entered the house and found the 49-year-old man who lived there on the floor. It appears that the man had had a heart attack several days before.
He'd been laying on the floor all that time?
And he had been laying on the floor all that time.
Wow.
So obviously he called 911. He got help to him. Postmaster says had not Stevenson found this man, he likely would not be alive today. So he was given a hero award.
He took the initiative to go in and look.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
So,
how about that?
Congratulations
to him.
That's nice. He deserves that. And I say 30 years on the job. This week marks 30 years on the job.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's
what a great
incredible.
story.
Other part of the peninsula,
yeah.
Somerset County, I guess it is, still up in the air about whether or not they're going to combine Washington High School and Crisfield High School.
Yeah. This has been something that they have been talking about for I know more than 10 years. I remember doing stories on it in the news back in '99 or late '90s or so. But now they're talking about combining the high schools because of how
the schools and all that haven't made the grade.
Yeah, inadequate yearly progress.
Right. That's what it is.
To I guess kind of rank the schools, try to figure out how they're doing. We actually have video from this meeting last night. This kind of gives you an idea of what these people feel. That is standing room only down there for the Board of Ed for Somerset County. Most of the parents who were there are against the idea of merging these two schools, and one of the main reasons is students from Smith Island.
Right.
Who...
Oh, they'd have to make a trip, wouldn't they?
They'd have to make a trip, yeah. No, they'd have to make a trip from Smith Island to Crisfield on a boat. That's 40 minutes right there, and then they'd have to take a bus from there
to get to the school. Good grief.
Yeah, there's a...
No, but that's not the only option.
No, there are other options.
Combining.
They're talking about, you know, maybe possibly turning it into a charter school, hiring a private company to come in
take a look. Is there something better we can do here?
Going on. We actually asked some of our Facebook fans to weigh in on the possibility of the merge.
And take a look at what Sandy said. She said, I don't want my 2 children traveling to Crisfield too far, too long on a bus.
All right. And Damon, I believe.
Desmond?
Okay.
Desmond,
Desmond, it is for the better of the students. They should do what is best, if it's for the better of the students.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tough call to make.
It is a tough call
to make. A lot of
make.
tradition there. I want you to go to the school I went to.
Yeah, Crisfield High.
Got to make the grades too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, another school moving up to Wicomico County. We talked last week about the Bennett Middle School. You know, they're talking about whether or not they're going to build it. There were plans to build it, but then there were issues with money and the economy kind of, you know, tanked. Well, the county council took a vote and they decided not to send a letter of intent to the State Department of Education. There's the school right there. Well, they have changed their mind. Well, at least one county council member has changed her mind. So now the vote from the council is in favor of sending a letter of intent to build a new Bennett Middle School in Salisbury. Stevie Prettyman from the 2nd District changed her mind based on some information that she had received between last week's meeting and this week's meeting, and all has to do with money that is bonded for projects, for school projects. It's all a very complicated system, and you know, a lot of the council members who voted against building this school, it said it just boiled down to money and taxpayers' money and so on and so forth. So I guess you could say Bennett Middle School is one step closer to having a new building.
It's moving.
It's moving along.
It's
moving.
Yeah.
So big change in 1 week.
Well, while we're talking Wicomico County, and while we're talking, for that matter, Bennett, although there we were talking about Bennett Middle, let's talk about Bennett High School. The city's 3 wrestling programs are going to, they kicked off today to find out who's going to have the bragging rights as the top wrestling program in Salisbury.
Okay.
It's the city championship. The tri-meet is going to take place between Parkside, Wicomico, and of course host school James M. Bennett High School. So if you're a grappling fan,
are you a grappling fan?
You know, wrestling and basketball always took on at the same time, so I was playing basketball.
Yeah.
I really, I mean,
really?
Why? It's astonishing to think that, isn't it?
I can't picture you as a basketball player.
I know, it's, well.
Point guard?
They lowered the bar for me so that she's referring to me being 6'8".
Yeah.
They won't even let me stand up on this set, so I can't even show you.
We don't even talk about his height, never.
No.
Well, moving up to Delaware, nominations are now being taken for the Governor's Outstanding Youth Volunteer Service Awards. They're being accepted by the state of Delaware. I think this is absolutely fabulous, and I'll tell you why, because there are a lot of young people who are doing a lot of good things. I know working in the news, we hear a lot about the negative things that students are doing, but you know, there are a lot of positive things that students are doing and helping out the community. So in Delaware, they want to honor those people, those young people, whether it be an individual, a community group, a school organization, by giving out the Governor's Youth Volunteer Awards.
That award actually is awarded in April.
It is April.
So they're taking the nominations now.
Right. And we have the information here. You have to be 18 and younger to qualify. You also have to, and we wanted to say that there's a special ceremony in April. And also they break it down to whether it's, you know, it's an individual, a school organization, community groups. The application to be nominated is due by February 13th. Of this year. If you want more information, if you want to nominate someone, all you need to do is go to delmarvalife.com, click on the show tab. All the information is right there.
Right there. Are you, how many animals do you have? I know you're an animal fan.
Yeah. We have, I guess we only have 2. We have a rabbit and a dog.
Okay, no cats?
No cats.
No cats. We've got 2 dogs, we've got a cat. All of our animals are rescues.
Yeah.
And the reason we mention that is it's an all volunteer humane society in Somerset County.
Right.
So you know they've got limited funds, they've got limited manpower. As a matter of fact, they don't even have a shelter. Recently, they found out that they were going to get custody of more than 30 cats after the owner just couldn't take care of them anymore.
Right.
And now the Humane Society actually recently took in more than 40 cats. Where do you put 40 cats if you don't have a shelter?
This picture, by the way, from the Daily Times, delmarvanow.com, they had the story this morning about how the Humane Society in Somerset County is in desperate need of people to adopt out these cats. They've actually brought, some of the cats had some problems, needed to be spayed, neutered, and so forth. They've taken care of a lot of that, but they need people, they need homes for these cats. So if you are interested, then again,
you don't have to take 30.
No. You don't even have to take 25.
You don't even have to take 25. Just take a kitty home and give it a new home, and I'll guarantee you'll have the best pet in the whole wide world. You know, we've talked plenty about poor Billy Cundiff.
Oh, the kicker from Baltimore.
The kicker from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. He was the one that missed what could have been the tying field goal. The kick went off to the left in the playoffs game over the weekend. And you know he's trying to just shake it off. Make it go away.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that Kansas University wouldn't let that happen. There was a game last night between Kansas University and Texas A&M, the Aggies, and the Kansas fans, look at this. See that?
Oh, that's just not right.
Cundiff. Oh, by the way, you notice it's kind of leaning to the left? They tried to throw off his free throw. That didn't happen.
That is just wrong.
I guess it kind of worked. He made the free throw, but they won the game.
They won the game.
They won the game anyway, so it just didn't happen.
You can't put it all down to one play.
No,
right?
but it was worth it. All right, is anybody? I'm going to take a quick vote in here. Is anybody here not like spiders? Because if there is, then you're probably going to want to look the other way. Take a look at this video. We got one out. Take a look. Okay, you got to look. You got to look.
Oh my God!
Look at this. This is an inflatable robot that this guy created for parades.
Who wants to see that in a parade?
How cool is that? That's Tim Davies. He walks this thing through carnivals and street parades. I want one of those.
Can you imagine having your child, like a 2-year-old, and hey, parades are fun, and that thing coming down the street?
They'd probably love it. Mom would be. See, I would love to wait in the driveway for Carol to get home. Hi, honey, look what I got. She would change the lock so fast I wouldn't know what happened.
You wouldn't make it past the driveway. That's where you would remain. Maybe the doghouse.
That's right. Still to come on Delmarva Life. Have you ever wanted to be a hero?
Well, Delmarva Life's Brian Spiros is in Ocean City to tell us how.
Hey guys, I'm here at the Beach Blanket Blood Drive in Ocean City, and if you take a look behind me, people are giving the gift of life. Why you need to be doing the same, plus some interesting facts about giving blood that you may have never known before. All that and more when we come back. You're watching Delmarva Life. Stay with us.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future, and Peninsula Regional Medical Center. Honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897.